Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, and my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how Scarlett Johansson has called out PC Hollywood, and basically she called out PC Hollywood, saying that she has the right to play any role she wants. She says that she would like to play any role that she has been offered. And it is a known fact that stars only get so many starring roles in their careers. For one reason or another. They get too old, or they never actually get the role they want. And then when they actually land a role, they enjoy the role that they get to play. So, basically because of the SJWs and NPCs, like this woman here, I think, which is kind of funny. This might actually be a transgendered person, possibly. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure it's a woman. Well, thanks to people like her, and not because she is transgendered, but them calling out Scarlett Johansson for not being a trans person, that she has no right to play one in Rub and Tug, the movie about a 1939 gangster who is a transgendered woman, apparently. And because of their interference, Rub and Tug has been permanently put on suspension, pending till they find someone who can play the role, or anyone who would want to be in this movie, because they're probably too afraid to go out and see if they could be in the movie because they're worried about being yelled out by the SJWs. Now, this reminds me of Batwoman. You know, the actress who plays Batwoman, Ruby Rose, who was called out by the SJWs saying that she did not look, lesbian enough to play Batwoman, even though, in my opinion, Ruby Rose is a little more dog ugly than the actual Batwoman character in the comic books. But, barring that, they should have said that she was far too pretty and far too sexualized to play the title role of Batwoman. Which comes back to this. If they did hire a trans woman to play in this movie, they'd probably come out saying that she was far too hot to play in this movie, or far too ugly to play in this movie, because this is all in the SJW's minds, or the NPC's minds, that this is their only way to gain power, by yelling as loud as they can so everyone will pay attention to them, and keep yelling till they get their way. Now, Scarlett Johansson herself is more or less an SJW, and she has come out saying that it is the duty of Hollywood to spread their ideology to as many people as possible. Only this has apparently become a problem for her, because apparently the SJWs have come out after her when she wanted to play roles in Ghost in the Shell, as well as Rub and Tug. Now, this is a double-bladed sword here, or a double-edged sword. On one side, we have Scarlett Johansson, who is a star and wants to play in as many starring roles as possible, and it really isn't fair to bar her from that. But on the other, we have her trying to play in Ghost in the Shell, which was an Asian role, which is fine for her to play it because the character was a cyborg and can look like whoever she wants to look like. So, of course, Scarlett Johansson could have played it because Motoko Kusanagi is a cyborg. Her body's artificial. Now she wants to play in Rub and Tug, the story about a transgendered crime boss, as I said, in 1939. But she can't do that because the SJWs, as this picture says, the SJWs destroy everything, so they constantly get in the way. Now, another point to come up is that it's funny that someone like her, who's constantly saying SJW things and coming out against conservative views and all that, should constantly be now blamed by the SJWs. And she has apparently also recently bent the knee to all the outrage. So she's for all the bravery she's had over the last few days, apparently she's decided to crawl back in her shell and hide from it because she's probably worried this will hurt her career. If anything, it might bring more fame to her career and get her better roles. Now, saying that, there's the possibility this could backfire either way for her, that she might not get any more starring roles in the future because she's shown that she will bite the hand of the people who feed her, namely the studios who have given her roles. But if she doesn't, no one will want to go see her films anymore because we are tired of all this talk about being talked down that we are bad and we need to be changed. No. Good for you, Scarlett Johansson, for coming out and saying what was in your heart. But also, don't go about, being double-faced and trying to win everyone to your side. No, you have to keep doing what you're doing and don't apologize to the SJWs because they're nothing but non-player characters. They have no minds of their own. Now, you yourself have some level of a brain because what you've just done proves that. But in another sense, you're still doing it because you want to play that role in that movie, which means you're more or less, you might see it as a good thing, but it's more or less you want to do it for yourself because you want to do it. People could say it for the money, but maybe you just want the prestige. You want the work points. That's another problem here too. She's just doing this, and either way, just make herself look good. She wants the prestige and maybe even the Oscar nod for doing a role like this, because this most definitely is Oscar bait, this role is. But of course, since she's not actually transgendered, she can't actually do the role. At least that's what the NPCs keep screaming about. And she probably sees this as just basically a bump in the road for aspirations for bigger and better things. Now, the thing is, she's also 34 years old, so she has to get all these roles while she's still younger. Well, younger than being 40, because she's not going to get any more bigger roles than this when she reaches past that age. As it is, she's already in the twilight years of her career, because she's still hot now, but time is ticking away, lady. So, yeah, she really wants these roles, and she wants to be remembered for doing these really great roles, or she just really wants the prestige that she'll get now for being a woke person. That's what really came here. She wanted to play this transgendered boss, and the same thing with Ghost in the Shell, because she wanted the woke points. Well, with Ghost in the Shell, it could be that she just wanted the more fame of being one of the best new action stars to play in a big action sci-fi movie. But here, this is clearly just Oscar bait. She wanted to play this role just so she could get an Oscar. But apparently, it never occurred to her that such a role would make the NPCs come out after her and they would constantly yell and scream, even though she says that she has the right to play any role she wants. She's now apparently gone back in her shell and is now scared of what the SJWs are screaming about now, which I can clearly see what was going to happen. These Hollywood types don't really have all that much of a backbone. They only see it about doing that when they think they can get away with it. Now, she only said that when she came saying that she had the right to play any role because she thought she had the high ground. But it doesn't really matter. NPCs don't care about the high ground. All they care about is power. And they don't have as much power as you do. And they see you as a threat, someone to tear down so they can ingratiate themselves and make themselves feel good. Not fun, huh, Scarlett? Well, I hope things in the future will be far better and that we won't have to worry about people like Scarlett Johansson and any other NPC Hollywood as they fight to try and control people's minds. But there'll probably be a while then. Or maybe it'll be tomorrow. I can only hope. Either way, let's hope that this will eventually blow over and that these people will go away. Now, If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. Also, go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. And keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.